Our brain is a complex organ comprising billions of neurons and plays a crucial role in various cognitive functions and bodily processes. It is responsible for processing sensory information and controlling movements, emotions, and thoughts. That's why it's crucial to keep your brain healthy and active to be able to use it at its full potential. However, many toxic habits can have harmful effects on our brain's functionality. So, in this episode, let's learn about 10 toxic habits that might be damaging your brain and how you can avoid them. Let's begin. Number 1. Consuming high sugar foods. High sugar intake has been directly linked to cognitive decline, impacting memory and learning abilities. In fact, some studies have shown a direct relation between excessive sugar consumption and reduced brain volume, particularly in areas associated with memory and emotions. When you consistently consume large amounts of sugar, your body might become less responsive to insulin, leading to insulin resistance. This insulin resistance also applies to the brain, reducing its ability to use glucose effectively. As a result, your brain cells might struggle to receive the energy they need, leading to impaired cognitive function over time. Moreover, chronic high sugar intake triggers inflammation in the brain. Inflammation is the body's natural response to harmful stimuli, but when it becomes chronic, it can have harmful effects. Number 2. Grain-fed animal products. Grain-fed animal products, like most supermarket meat and dairy, often come from livestock raised on corn and soy instead of their natural grasses. While this keeps costs down and speeds up growth, it might not be doing your brain any favors. One reason is that grain-fed animals tend to have higher levels of omega-6 fatty acids and lower levels of omega-3s compared to grass-fed options. This imbalance is linked to inflammation, including in the brain. A 2018 study showed that people with higher omega-6 to omega-3 ratios had reduced cognitive function compared to those with a more balanced ratio. Moreover, grain-fed animals might also contain residues of pesticides and other chemicals used in their feed. These can accumulate in their tissues and potentially impact your neurological health. But that doesn't mean you have to cut out all animal products. But considering incorporating grass-fed options or other sources of healthy fats like fish and nuts might be a good move for your brain, along with a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. Number 3. Listening to bad news. When constantly feeding your brain negativity, it starts to see threats everywhere. This triggers stress hormones like cortisol, which over time can increase anxiety and harm both your mental and physical health. Your brain is flexible, adapting to what you feed it. If it's constantly exposed to bad news, it starts expecting the worst, making it tougher to see the good stuff. Consistently watching or feeding your brain with bad news may also make you feel worse than it actually is. This is known as the availability heuristic, which makes our brains overestimate the likelihood of negative events, leading to feelings of hopelessness and reduced confidence in the future. While the impact on anxiety is clear, studies show that chronic stress from negativity can even damage brain structure. A 2018 study showed that people with higher perceived stress had 10% smaller hippocampus, a brain area crucial for memory and learning. Another study found that chronic stress can lead to reduced gray matter in the prefrontal cortex, which plays a role in decision-making and emotional regulation. So, what can you do? Limit exposure to negativity, seek out positive news sources, and engage in activities that boost your mood. Remember, your brain is adaptable, and you need to rewire your brain to shift its focus towards the good stuff. Number 4. Toxic personality. Let's be honest, dealing with toxic people can be draining. Their negativity and manipulation trigger stress hormones like cortisol, which can mess with your thinking. A 2018 study found that people with higher exposure to negativity had 20% lower scores on cognitive tests, making it harder to think clearly and solve problems. Ever feel like someone's messing with your head? If it's a toxic person using gaslighting tactics, they might be. By manipulating your perception of reality, they create confusion and self-doubt. This mental strain can lead to emotional distress and even contribute to mental health issues like anxiety or depression. A study linked gaslighting to increased anxiety symptoms by 35% in victims. So, recognizing and limiting contact with toxic individuals is key. Surround yourself with supportive, positive people instead. This helps create a more constructive mindset and reduces the negative impact on your brain. Number 5. Refined grain diet. Things like white rice, pasta, and white bread are rich in refined carbs. These refined carbs break down quickly into sugar, spiking your blood sugar. While your brain needs glucose for energy, these quick and constant ups and downs can disrupt its function. One study even found a 25% increase in memory problems in people with higher intakes of refined grains. This sugar surge also triggers insulin to bring it down, but constantly high levels of insulin can lead to insulin resistance, where your cells become less responsive. This doesn't just mess with blood sugar, it might also make it harder for your brain to properly use glucose for energy. Even worse, refined grains often lack key nutrients like omega-3s and antioxidants, vital for brain health. This deficiency can contribute to increased inflammation and oxidative stress in the brain, which are linked to conditions like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. But that doesn't mean ditching all grains entirely. Opting for whole grains like brown rice, quinoa, or whole wheat bread provides fiber and important nutrients, offering a brain-friendly alternative. Number 6. Spending too much time indoors. Staying indoors too much and spending less time outdoors can disrupt your natural sleep-wake cycle, known as your circadian rhythm. This can lead to poor sleep quality, which has a direct impact on memory, focus, and overall cognitive function. One study even found that people with limited sunlight exposure had 20% shorter sleep durations and reported higher levels of daytime fatigue. Sunlight also plays a key role in regulating our mood. Less sunlight exposure means less production of serotonin, a neurotransmitter linked to feeling happy and calm. This can contribute to feelings of fatigue, irritability, and even symptoms of depression. Plus, sitting too much isn't great for our bodies, but it's bad for the brain too. Being inactive decreases blood flow and oxygen delivery to the brain, impacting its ability to function at its best. Studies have shown a link between excessive sitting and a decline in cognitive function, sometimes even increasing the risk of conditions like dementia. The solution is simple: get outside. Make time for regular outdoor activities, even if it's just a quick walk in the park. This natural light exposure and increased movement can work wonders for your brain health, mood, and overall well-being. Number 7. Low-fat and low-cholesterol diet. Cutting back on unhealthy fats like saturated and trans fats is a smart move for your heart. But going completely fat-free isn't the answer. Your brain actually needs healthy fats for optimal function. Fats are crucial for the structure of brain cell membranes, keeping them strong and flexible for efficient communication. Healthy fats also help transmit signals between brain cells, ensuring smooth information flow and supporting cognitive function. Omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, found in fatty fish, nuts, and seeds, are vital for brain health, influencing memory, learning, and even mood. In fact, studies show that people with higher omega-3 intake have better cognitive function and reduced risk of dementia. So don't fear the fat, just be smart about it. Choose good sources like avocados, nuts, seeds, and fatty fish, instead of fried foods and fatty meats. This way, you can support both your heart and brain health. Number 8. Unhealthy snacks. We all know that mindless munching can ruin our waistlines, but did you know it might also affect your brain power? Our bodies need breaks between meals to reboot and repair cells. Constant snacking, especially sugary options, disrupts these natural fasting periods, hindering this essential process. Snacking can also trigger a constant flow of insulin, the hormone that regulates blood sugar. Over time, this can lead to insulin resistance, where your cells become less responsive, increasing your risk of diabetes and cognitive decline. Moreover, snacking often leads to weight gain, which is closely linked to brain problems. Excess weight, particularly around the belly, can increase inflammation and the risk of dementia and Alzheimer's. Choose healthy options like fruits, veggies, nuts, or yogurt instead of sugary treats. Number 9. Not taking enough stress. Contrary to popular belief, occasional stress can actually be beneficial for your brain. Positively challenging situations, such as games, trigger your brain to problem-solve, adapt, and develop coping mechanisms, keeping it sharp and flexible. Research suggests this controlled stress can even boost memory and learning. Moreover, avoiding stress altogether can trap you in a comfort zone, hindering personal and professional growth. Stepping outside your comfort zone, while initially stressful, often leads to new skills, experiences, and opportunities. Plus, it keeps your brain stimulated and prevents stagnation. Challenging goals and aspirations often come with inherent stress, but this kind of positive stress can fuel your drive and give your life meaning. Without some level of challenge, you might lack the direction and purpose crucial for overall well-being. But remember, this doesn't mean actively seeking out stressful situations. The key is finding a balance between avoiding all stress and letting it overwhelm you. Number 10. Too much stress. When stressed, our bodies shift into fight or flight mode, a helpful short-term response. But chronic stress keeps this mode activated, flooding your system with stress hormones. This constant chemical storm can mess with your concentration, memory, and problem-solving skills. The hippocampus, your brain's learning and memory hub, takes a major hit from chronic stress. These stress hormones can actually shrink the hippocampus, making it harder to form new memories and recall old ones. Finding a healthy work-life balance, practicing stress management techniques, and getting enough sleep can make a world of difference. Remember, a healthy brain is a happy brain, and a happy brain is a productive and resilient brain. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel to support our mission to help improve your health. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.